Good morning. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for your patience waiting for 10 a.m. We are now going to start our National Apprenticeship Week webinar, and that is for Bucks and Montgomery County, and it is entitled Pathways for Youth and Young Adults to Registered Apprenticeship. We're going to get started right away. We're going to jump right in. So some light housekeeping to get us started here for all of you great folks that are with us today. Our attendees today, all of you, are youth-facing staff, employers, parents, students, and other stakeholders. Our audience and panelists, you can use the chat function to ask and answer questions. The chat is being moderated, and presenters will be alerted to questions. Once the webinar is over, in the following week, all attendees will receive a webinar recording, a resource page with presenter contact information and program URLs, and guides for finding apprenticeship opportunities, which will also be featured at the end of this PowerPoint. And we wanted you to know that so that you don't have to worry about using the chat to ask people for their emails or program URLs. All of that will be coming to you, but please do feel free to use the chat to ask questions about the programs that are being presented today. First, let me introduce myself really quick. I'm Adina Tayar. I'm a regional apprenticeship coordinator. I serve Bucks and Montgomery counties, and I was hired about a year ago to help develop, grow, and sustain registered apprenticeship in our counties. And that is my email and my LinkedIn address. And that will, of course, come to you on the resource guide afterwards, too. My job is mainly to help employers to grow apprenticeship programs, and I coach staff, like all of you who are tuned in today, to help them help their job seekers and their youth find apprenticeship opportunities. So in case you didn't know, we're doing our webinar today because it is National Apprenticeship Week, which is a national celebration of everything apprenticeship. There are local and national upcoming events of interest. You can find tours of union training facilities this week, webinars highlighting local apprenticeship hiring opportunities, and national apprenticeship experts are sharing best practices and training models all week online. You can find national events at apprenticeship.gov and locally at apprenticeshipphl.org. My friend Andre is on the line, and he is going to be watching our chat. And our friend Deanna is in the background helping with any tech checks needed. So attendees, we invite you to use the chat function if you're having any tech issues or have any questions. Andre, if you wouldn't mind, could you please put in the chat for everybody, apprenticeship.gov and apprenticeshipphl.org, just so that they have those right away to check out anything this week that might be relevant to them.
Will do.
Thank you. So just in case you couldn't remember what you registered for with all the webinars in our world, today's webinar is Pathways to Registered Apprenticeship for Youth and Young Adults in Bucks and Montgomery counties. We hope in this hour you learn about local training and career opportunities and pre-apprenticeships to prepare our young adults for registered apprenticeship and the careers of tomorrow. Today's format includes 5-minute presentations by Bucks County and Montgomery counties' esteemed community colleges, our intermediate unit representatives who oversee the learning and the programs for our K-12 students in Bucks County and Montgomery County, as well as representatives from our workforce development boards in Bucks County and in Montgomery County, known as MoncoWorks. And as I mentioned, everyone who registered will receive all the information presented today, including the recording and the PowerPoint. So before we get started with presentations, we thought it would help to set the scene to explain what exactly is registered apprenticeship, because there's a lot of misconceptions. Today's registered apprenticeship is about diversifying the training offered in different industries and diversifying who is getting that training. So we still have apprenticeships in the skilled trades, but we've moved into manufacturing, energy, construction, IT, including cybersecurity and networking, financial and business services, biomedical, virtually any industry you can think of that requires in-depth training, provides family-sustaining wages, and has exciting career pathways, we're building registered apprenticeships for them. Registered apprenticeships are actually the training programs that we are encouraging employers to build into their companies for their full-time employees. And we are also hoping to diversify who receives that training as an employee, diversifying apprentices, making apprenticeship accessible no matter your race, gender, background, ability, or your training so far. Our first speaker today is a wonderful woman from our state-owned apprenticeship and training office, Danielle Demirovich. She's actually our state pre-apprenticeship manager, and she's with us today to define registered apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship. You're welcome to follow along with her while she reads the definitions to you. Thank you for being here, Danielle.
Thanks, Adina. Apprenticeships are innovative training programs that allow employers to develop and prepare their future workforce while providing individuals with a learn while you earn approach to career development. Apprenticeships include a paid job, on-the-job learning, classroom training, mentoring, earned credentials. If you need to learn some additional skills before qualifying for registered apprenticeship employment, a pre-apprenticeship program might be for you. Pre-apprenticeships are short-term, no-cost training programs providing foundational skills required by local registered apprenticeship programs.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Danielle is part of our state apprenticeship office, and they oversee all registered apprenticeships. And Danielle helps a lot of our presenters on the call today develop their pre-apprenticeships. And now we have a better idea of what they both are. Thanks again, Danielle, and thanks for your work at the state office, making sure that we have a very robust registered apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship program in this state.
Sure, thank you, Adina.
I am moving to the next slide as soon as my computer complies. Okay, so our first presenter, sorry, went a little far. Our first presenter is Daniel from Montgomery County Intermediate Unit. Daniel Cheminsky is our program administrator for, it's hiding it, college and career readiness. Daniel, thanks for being here today. We're so excited for your presentation. Please go ahead.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Good to see everybody. My name is Dan Cheminsky, as Adina said, Program Administrator for College and Career Readiness at the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit. I'm just here to talk about some really great initiatives that we have going on in the county and through our office as well, and that are really in the pipeline for school to work initiatives. I just want to thank Adina for coordinating, planning this great event for National Apprenticeship Week. Adina is a great resource for our office, and a great one to take advantage of when looking to plan for apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship. So thank you. So as you know, as a lot of educators are on this call, there's really been a major push, and rightfully so, through Act 158, Act 339, a Future Ready Index, really to ensure that our districts are and our students are as potentially prepared as possible to go to work after college, and really really after high school. So philosophically, we want to ensure that our students have really as many work-based learning experiences as possible, so they can make an informed decision on what they want to pursue, when they leave high school. And to do that, we have to have systems in place to provide for internships, job shadows, industry tours, cooperative education, career mentoring. If we take a step back and think of our own experiences, how many of us pursued a career, whether it's a major or a job, without first experience it at least a few times before making those massive decisions. So in retrospect, it's pretty wild that did happen or does happen. So as educators, we did ensure that those systems are in place so our students can confidently make those decisions and have the confidence to pivot if they need to. And all our schools in Montgomery County are doing a really great job in this. But just some in particular to point out, North Penn has a new internship program that's really rolling along with Chris Fry leading it over there. Satterton, its school district, is really the standard of work-based learning in the county, and have been doing it for a decade. And then Cheltenham, they have a great cooperative education program as well that they run out of their school, led by Brittany McKenna. And really, all of our 5 CTs in Montgomery County have outstanding cooperative education numbers and getting kids, right from school into work. And so out of my office, we're currently working together with businesses in the construction and manufacturing industries and with 5 school districts in Montgomery County on a business education partnership grant. We're first helping each group understand what each other's needs are. And these conversations really need to take place more often between different industries and school districts, your regular school districts, non-CT, and we feel this grant's a great place to start. And then from an outcomes perspective, these 2 groups are going to be working together to put together industry tour job shadow toolkits so that businesses and schools can utilize them. Whenever businesses say, hey, we want to help, but what do we do when we're hosting these tours, or what it's supposed to do when we host a job shadow or work-based learning, other work-based learning experience. And so what these are complete, hopefully by early January, late January, these will be available to all of our schools and all of the local businesses upon completion for everyone to utilize and to help with that work-based learning experience process and putting those systems into place. And finally, last but not least, in the future, hopefully the near future, my office is working on really the incubation stages and the creation and implementation of a pre-apprenticeship model to implement in Montgomery County for those non-CTE high school students in manufacturing and construction. And we feel really strongly that this is really an underutilized pathway that could be a method for many, many individuals to experience and learn hands-on about a potential career that, as we all know, has thousands and thousands of job opening opportunities in the very near future, for those industries that are very, very important to the economy of Montgomery County and the state and obviously the United States. So pre-apprenticeship completion for those schools as well out there. It's also a new alternative pathway to graduation. And if completed, that student has satisfied their graduation requirement through Act 158. So a lot of exciting things going on in Montgomery County, and you're going to hear about a lot of those great things today as they relate to, those work-based learning experiences and apprenticeship, pre-apprenticeship, and all the great things that everyone's doing. Anyone has any questions? If I have any time left, and there's a 5, I think I'm good. I appreciate everyone's time, though. There we go. Right by the buzzer. There we go. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Daniel. That was great.
Right on time. There you go.
Very appreciated. All right, let's move on to our next presentation, which I believe are your partners at Montgomery County Community College. We'll get the words on the screen. And one more. Okay, Kyle and Christine, please go ahead.
All right, good morning. And Adina, thank you for this opportunity and thank you for celebrating National Apprenticeship Week. I'm Kyle Longacre. I'm the Dean of Workforce and Economic Development at Montgomery County Community College, and I'll allow Christine to introduce herself as well.
Good morning, and thank you, Adina, for inviting me. I'm Christine Stenner. I'm a consultant for apprenticeships. I have a German background, as you might hear, and I'm really passionate on German style or apprenticeships in general. Thank you.
We are happy to share an update on our Monco Works apprenticeship program, and we'll give you some of the key details of what's involved with this. But again, in the broader context of working with the workforce partners in Montgomery County, I'm a member of the workforce board and chair of the youth committee, and want to celebrate the good work that Dan and Kendall and the team at MCIU is doing in supporting these career readiness efforts. When we have these young people that are now learning about what the jobs of today are, they're being able to be exposed to industry opportunities. They've had job shadow, mentoring opportunities, possibly pre-apprenticeship types of opportunities. The question is, how can we get them hired? How can we really get them in the game? And that's where Monco is moving forward with the Monco Works apprenticeship program. This is a pilot program that we're devising using the best of the design features that we can put together from our collaborative partners and from the input of our industry partners. And our pilot is in industrial maintenance mechanics. And then we hope to replicate this program into information technology with an IT generalist to a cybersecurity, and then possibly into other areas as well. This is a competency-based program that we anticipate will take approximately 2 years. But with competency-based, the input from our industry partners is that there are specific job functions that an apprentice will need to complete to be successful as a maintenance mechanic. And that's what this looks like, and the details of that are included in on-the-job training, and then 12 courses with us as the related technical instruction. to prepare again to be a maintenance mechanic with that. The change here is that the apprentices, compared to other programs in community colleges in many cases, is that they are actually hired by the company right from the outset, as compared to waiting to completion of a certificate or a degree. And we're really excited about that, but that is a change and a pivot in mindset for community colleges. And we're working with our internal partners and then external partners to be able to make that happen. For the apprentice then, this program, Monco Works and MAP, will culminate with a Journey Worker credential. And this is pending state approval. We are right now lined up to be on the docket with the Apprenticeship and Training Council for December. And we're working with our advisors with the state to really refine and get the best of the details in line with where our industry partners and that our training program is all aligned to make sure that this is a high quality, replicable registered apprenticeship program, or RAP. And built into this, and again, for the many school counselors and administrators and teachers that are on this call, is that this is a progression to a family sustaining wage. And so as a workforce board, we're trying to fill these high priority occupations that are here in the county, but we are also trying to ensure for economic development purposes that our young people can see a future for themselves, and that this an apprenticeship program has that built-in design component that it gets to a family sustaining wage within a very short period of time. And we're excited about that design feature. And then with the college then as well, upon the completion of the program and MAP, the students then were able to transfer their 2 years of on-the-job training and the 12 courses into 36 college credits. They may choose to conclude at that point in time, but they are certainly then invited to continue on if they wish to complete their associate's degree in applied science. So again, this is for the cul-de-sac conversations or competition that takes place among parents and their friends. This is an opportunity to say, yeah, I'm going to college, I'm going to Monco, I'm getting credits for this program, but I'm also working. And you see the bottom bullet point of this, no cost to the participants. So the cost of the program and the courses goes back to the companies that are hiring them, or we're also offsetting those through grant funding and foundation funding. And we appreciate the support of the Monco Works board that has already provided some funding to help us get out the gates with this program. Those are the key details to it, and I'll allow Christine to fill in the glue of this program as well.
So what we also have in our industrial maintenance mechanic apprenticeship program is a mentor training, which means we train mentors coming from companies becoming mentors. And we've already conducted our first training in September with a very experienced trainer from Switzerland, and we will continue working with him. But I want to make sure we all understand why a mentor is important and why a mentor adds so much value to the program. So mentor is never the boss or part of the leadership. So we don't want to add a layer of management here, but instead have a supportive person who shows up for the apprentice. And I think we can summarize this in the 3 C's. What does a mentor need to bring to the table is competence, communication, and compassion. So the mentor is an experienced journey worker who has empathy and the willingness to support the apprentice, sees the overall progress, and is supportive, and brings, of course, also his level of knowledge and level of experience. And we know that a mentor significantly increases retention for companies and makes the apprentice stay in the program. Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, Christine. We are happy to be part of this national celebration, and with MAP and with the urgency of Monco Works now and the good work that's been done there in terms of bringing work-based learning opportunities, we join in strongly in that national conversation and represent Montgomery County and the southeastern Pennsylvania region as a strong foundation for economic development. And if interested students or young people or young adults are interested, there's links on the slide here for inquiries as well as for companies. And we already have over 10 companies that have signed on as part of this process. These can be non-union or union-based companies, as well as for the participants that are coming in. Again, individuals that are 18 and older upon the beginning of the program are encouraged to submit an inquiry, and we welcome that. And we have over 50 inquiries already to date. Not all those will move forward, but we're vetting those candidates right now and really excited about the level of interest so far to date with this program. So thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you, Kyle and Christine. It is so exciting that in our own state, Bucks and Montgomery County truly are already leaders in registered apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship. And we're only going to get stronger and have more to offer. So for those of you who've tuned in from Bucks County, we did not want to leave you hanging for too long. So we are going to have Kendi from our intermediate unit explain an amazing website that they have been launching and are getting the word out about. And Kendi's actually going to do a screen share and has a few slides to present of her own, and then we'll come back to the main presentation. Kendi, take it away.
Hey, thanks so much for having me today. Trying to share my screen. It's not letting me. Do you have to stop maybe sharing yours first?
Very possibly. Let me do that. I think I unshared mine. Not even sure.
Does somebody have to make me presenter? Here we go. Perfect.
Thank you. We have great tech support.
Love it. Okay, so can you see my screen? Are you seeing my slides?
Yes.
Perfect, love it. So I'm here to talk with you today about Career Ready Bucks. This is an initiative that we at the Bucks IU have been supporting for a few years now, but it's definitely not our initiative. It's a collaboration between the Bucks IU and multiple members of our Bucks County workforce community. And you can see lots of the businesses and organizations, the workforces that are joining us in this work. And it truly has been a real collaboration between all of our membership. So Career Ready Bucks is a program that we have developed because we have seen in our communities a need for our students to connect with our local businesses and with our local organizations, as well as to let them have experiences that can help them kind of fine tune what they're looking for in a career and let them try out some different things, similar to some of the things that were shared by Montgomery County IU. And I'll share with you that when I was in school, I wanted to be a veterinarian. And I actually, when I was in middle school, had the opportunity to job shadow and quickly learned that I did not want to be a veterinarian. But had I not had that experience, who knows what I could have spent a ton of money going to school for something that I really wasn't going to have as a career. So we want to make sure that all of our students have an opportunity to have these experiences as well. So let me actually show you the website because I think it really speaks for itself. So this is our website, careerreadybucks.org, and these experiences are available to all of the students in our Bucks County school districts and CTCs. And it's also something that if you know of any teachers in Bucks County that are looking to have opportunities for career day speakers or to have a business come into the classroom, you know, this is available to them as well. So let me just give you a quick tour. So on our students page, this kind of gives students some basic information, as well as we had a group of students from Middle Bucks Institute of Technology actually do some work for us in a internship program where they made us some videos about some local career paths in Bucks County. So we had Metro Esports, our emergency health systems, SEPTA's in here, PICO, M&S Centerless Grinding. So these videos are available to students and to teachers to talk about different career pathways that are right within Bucks County. And we were just so excited that we actually had students making these for us, and they are really awesomely done. On our schools and districts page, our students and teachers, oops, that's the wrong button, sorry, can come to this page and they can see all of the schools that are registered, and they can see who their liaison is, because the public facing side of our website does not have contact information for all of the businesses. The school liaison has that information. So any students or teachers who are interested in making connections through this website can go to that liaison, and that person has that information, and you can see all of the schools there that are registered. Our businesses page is where our businesses can go to actually get registered to join in. And you can see the list here of all of the things that our website offers, is set up to offer essentially. Currently, we have over 60 businesses right on our website, and you can see all of their logos and all that great stuff here. And if you or someone you know has a connection to a business in Bucks County, definitely send them my way, because we are still building. We want to get more people involved. Finally, our experiences page is where really the meat of this is. And this is where students can go to look for something such as an internship. Here's an internship being offered by Align Precision. And so they can come and they can see we have guest speakers, we have mentoring available, career day job speakers, volunteer opportunities. So our students in Bucks County, as they're wanting to get connected and try out different things, our website is a repository for all of those things that are available to them. It's growing every day. And once they come to the website, if they find something they're interested in, such as this internship at Carolina Precision Technologies, they would take this information back to their liaison at school, and that person would help them get connected to the business here. So that is the website in a nutshell. It's free. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's free for students. It's free for the businesses to get involved. So I will definitely be sharing my slides, and I can also send my email address information. So if anyone is interested in getting involved, we are always looking to expand the experiences that we're offering to our students through this program. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Kendi. That was wonderful. I am the presenter again. Look at this. We're getting all of our technology really cool today. Now, did I do what I needed to do? Can y'all see my screen again?
Looks good. You're good.
Thank you. Okay, that was wonderful. It is a great website, a great resource. And as maybe some of you noticed, because Bucks and Montgomery share a border in a certain place, there's a lot of collaboration back and forth. So there were some Montgomery County businesses on the Bucks County website. I just want to encourage everybody, use the resources in both counties as much as you can from being on this call. They'll let you know what is only open to someone in that county. Apprenticeship tends to be very collaborative and very open, and we're really trying to make regional opportunities for the most part. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind. I myself grew up on that border between Bucks and Montgomery County, so that's all I know is life. So next we're going to actually have Sue Herring present from Bucks County Community College. And I want to set the stage. We had Montgomery County Community College speak about their registered apprenticeship programs. Bucks County Community College, they have been focusing on pre-apprenticeship programs, which provide a great training ground and entryway to registered apprenticeships. So Sue is going to present on that. Thank you so much, Sue.
Thanks, Adina. Hello, everyone. Really happy to be able to participate in this National Apprenticeship Week event. Here at Bucks County Community College, we have 2 pre-apprenticeship programs in advanced manufacturing, as Adina mentioned. Our students go through those training programs free of charge, thanks to wonderful partnerships and collaborations we've been able to build with the County of Bucks, with the Bucks County Workforce and Economic Development Department, with our state. We've gotten several state grants through the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry, and some federal monies as well. So we're really happy that we're able to provide these free of charge to our students. Both of our advanced manufacturing pre-apprenticeship programs are housed out of our brand new Center for Advanced Technologies in Bristol, Pennsylvania. We opened beginning of September. And both of these programs are 12 weeks long, Monday through Thursday. And typically we bring our students on tours of our partner companies on Fridays. These company tours allowed the employers to show off their businesses, show off their company culture, what they do, and it gives our students an idea to see what types of manufacturing opportunities are out there in the field. These 12-week programs help build the foundational skills for our students that are needed to succeed in the industry. They are just foundational skills. They are prepped and ready to continue learning once they get into an apprenticeship program or other job opportunity when they go to an employer. What's unique about our pre-apprenticeship programs is that we do have dedicated career coaches and job placement for our students. And our job placement rate is over 90%. Usually by the end of the training program, our students are ready to start employment and have jobs in hand. We partner with over 125 manufacturers in the region, and our starting salaries, the average for our students are between $17 and $22 an hour. These are full-time jobs with good benefits and wonderful career opportunities. In addition, our graduates earn 12 credits towards an associate's degree in either engineering technology or advanced technology at the college. So they essentially have a whole semester worth of college under their belt by the time they graduate these 12-week programs. In addition, we've been able to partner with our out-of-school youth program, and students who are out of high school have their high school diploma, but are part of our out-of-school youth program, can co-enroll in out-of-school youth and the pre-apprenticeship program and actually get paid for their time while they're in our class. In addition to that, they're eligible for other supportive services like work boots and mileage and other things that they may need to help them get through the class without being employed, right? Because it's a full-time, daytime program, and it helps them get over that hump so that once they graduate our program, they can get right into employment. The two programs are our metalwork pre-apprenticeship program, which prepares people to be CNC machine operators, and our industrial maintenance program, which is an electromechanical curriculum, which prepares people to maintain and repair machinery and also to work on automated systems. Coming spring of 2023, thanks to a PA Smart grant we recently received at the college, we're going to be launching a new building and construction trades pre-apprenticeship program. This program will also be free to our students, and we are partnering with unions and employers, and our students are going to get a taste of several different trades during this pre-apprenticeship program: electrical, sheet metal, plumbing, carpentry, pipe fitters. And once the pre-apprenticeship is over, the students are going to have a much better idea of what trade they might want to enter into. This program will have the same footprint as our manufacturing pre-apprenticeship programs, with the dedicated career coaching and job placement activities, so that our students will be connected one-on-one with our employers and unions and really have every chance to succeed in an apprenticeship program once they leave this pre-apprenticeship program. And I think that concludes what I wanted to say. I didn't want to go over my 5 minutes. So thank you very much.
Great. That was perfect. And the URL to find those programs is at the bottom of the slide. And of course, you'll receive that later on your resource page. So we want to thank Bucks County Community College for putting the work into developing pre-apprenticeships, which again, for the audience's benefit, are free training programs for these industries. And then there is also support to then find employment in the industries for registered apprenticeship and other types of training programs that are paid within the industry. So very exciting what Bucks and Montgomery County have going on. We just want to make sure everybody knows about it. So next up, we have this morning's presenter for Monco Works is the fabulous Jane Stein, who's also been doing some of our tech support on the back end. Thank you, Jane, for knowing this platform so well. And Jane is going to present on Monco Works' very exciting opportunities in registered apprenticeship and beyond.
Thank you, Adina. I don't know how I can really follow up with that, but my name is Jane Stein. I am the Research and Performance Officer for the Montgomery County Workforce Development Board, and we are also known as Monco Works. And we have really taken a deep look over the past several years at apprenticeship as our path forward, specifically post-pandemic. And we are so grateful to have wonderful partners in Bucks County and the fabulous Adina to help us navigate that and present as many opportunities as possible to our career seekers, both youth, young adults, and adults, and also the employers in Montgomery County to help both make that connection on improving the workforce development system here in Montgomery County. I'm just going to talk a little bit about Montco Works. We provide oversight of the workforce development system here in Montgomery County. And in a nutshell, we have 4 key areas that we're going to talk about today. We have the Montco Works Now program, which serves youth and young adults between the ages of 14 and 24. They could be either in-school youth or out-of-school youth. And there are a range of services available to them, including pre-apprenticeship, adult mentoring, career coaching, all that good stuff. And I believe Dan touched on that a little bit earlier. They are the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit is our youth provider for services. And they do a great job making sure that the youth are aware of what's going on in the economy, what's going on in the workforce system, and preparing them for the next step in their careers. We also help with the PA CareerLink Montgomery County, and this serves the adult career seekers as well as employers, helping them make the connection for open positions and career pathway exploration. We can provide funding for training opportunities, and that is based off eligibility, as a lot of you know, based off the WIOA legislation. But we can send folks to occupational skills training, on-the-job training. We can do customized job training and incumbent worker training, all depending on the needs of the employer and also the needs of the career seekers themselves. We also have TANF programming, which serves youth and adults that receive public assistance. And that is through our EARN program, Employment Advancement and Retention Network. Those folks come as direct referrals from the county assistance office, and we help them develop their career pathway journeys from everything from job search, career readiness, support services, and then making the connection with employment and or training depending on their individual goals. We also serve youth that are part of TANF households, and that is through either summer or year-round activities from some of our providers, and that includes paid work experiences, adult mentoring, STEM activities, STEAM activities, college exploration, career exploration, and a ton of other stuff. And one of the other key areas that we focus on here is labor market information. We provide labor market information to the general public, to career seekers that we're working with, to employers we're working with, and then based off inquiries. And it helps shed a light on the labor market situation so that folks know what's in demand, what's not so in demand, and how they can match their aptitude and interest with what's going on in the labor market. And from that, we developed a new initiative called Careers of Tomorrow. Some of you may have heard about the event that we had at the end of October on the 25th at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. And that showcased to roughly 1,000 students all kinds of careers in in-demand industries. We also, with that, have a publication called the Careers of Tomorrow Guide, which highlights 25 occupations that are in demand now and will also be in demand in the future, that have very specific methodology on earnings to make sure that we're focusing on positions that will provide family sustaining wages in the future. There are restrictions on education as part of the methodology. None of the positions that we listed require anything beyond a bachelor's degree. In fact, 17 of the 25 don't even require a bachelor's degree. So I encourage you guys to all take a look at that. I will put the link to the guide in the chat once I am done talking. And I definitely did not get to the 5 minutes. So if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thanks, Jane. I did want to point out to the audience, in case you noticed a connection between the title of the webinar and the Careers of Tomorrow initiative that Jane mentioned, it is indeed one and the same. So we're very excited that Montco Works has the Careers of Tomorrow initiative. It fits in very well with registered apprenticeship. It is really all about, as all of you who work with youth and young adults know, helping people understand different pathways, different industries, and as much as possible get a taste for them, an introduction to them and information about them to make good decisions moving forward. I think we all in our generations have stories of the paths that we took and what we would have done differently. And a lot of this is based on data and opportunity and what we can create for our residents in our counties. Okay, Jane, I think we're good to move on to the next and last slide. And thank you so much for sharing all of that great information. Okay, folks, let's keep rolling. So our next presentation is actually our last presenter, and then I'm going to show some resources that help us when we are coaching job seekers on registered apprenticeship. Alice is with Bucks County Workforce and Economic Development, and she has actually been involved with pre-apprenticeship and registered apprenticeship long before I came on board. And so I'm super excited that I get to work with Alice, and she's going to present Bucks County initiatives today. Thank you, Alice.
Great, thank you, Adina. Thank you for inviting us. I think this is well worth the time. I hope everyone was listening to my counterpart, Jane, in Montgomery County, because we in Bucks County do basically the same thing. We work with our PA Career Link. We work with the TANF population, which is really dedicated toward youth and those coming off of public assistance. We work with, we call Title I, which are people who, just individuals who are in between jobs, looking to upskill. We work with them. And also we, on the flip side, we work with our employers, which is the economic development part. So it kind of is circle of life. You know, we have employers needing people to fill occupations. We have individuals looking for jobs. So that's what keeps us in business here. And I think that's important for everyone to realize, like how we're so intertwined with the community colleges projects that they're doing and their trainings, our neighbors in Montgomery County and Philadelphia, everywhere else as well. But we try and really keep everything very fluid. We try and have good resources that we can refer individuals to. But that being said, I'd like to talk a little bit more about apprenticeships. And I've been in this role for 6 years, and how we're funded, a lot of our money is through grants. So, and most come from the Department of Labor and Industry. And I would say over the past 6 years, there is a tremendous increase in apprenticeship information, pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship. The grants come, you know, they're advertised for us, and you know, we can pick and choose what we would like, what we think we can apply for. But often apprenticeship now is more often a part of the grant requirement than not. So let me go back a couple years ago. We had an apprenticeship, and an apprenticeship's a little bit different than the pre-apprenticeship. An apprenticeship is a full-time employee, and we ended up going with the Bucks County Intermediate Unit, and they created a registered behavioral technician. And basically, in layman's terms, it would be basically like a classroom assistant for a teacher in special needs courses. So we had that, the individuals who have taken that was very difficult to find. The requirements were they had to be between 16 and 24 years old, but they did have to have a high school diploma. During that time, we ended up making this, it was a non-traditional apprenticeship, because they're usually in the trades. So this was, we were a little bit, you know, ahead of the curve here. But over that time period, we had 6 go in. And again, we had to fight with COVID, so that kind of, you know, slowed it up a little bit. But we had 6 complete. Of that, 1 was continued on, became an advanced registered behavioral technician. 1 became a teacher, and the other 4 remained in that role, which was wonderful. But it took 6 students that got out of high school and really didn't know what they were going to do, and gave them very good careers. We have 4 now that are registered, and the starting wage is $18 an hour, full benefits, full-time employment. They are required to take, I think it's 9 or 12 community college credits in the major. And by the time they finish, if they're successful, they'll be making $22 an hour, and that's all in 1 year. So it's a wonderful thing. I highly recommend it to anyone who just really doesn't know what their next step is. So that's our apprenticeship. We also have pre-apprenticeships that we've started, again, because that's what the grants are asking for. So one of our most unusual ones, and Danielle, who is in the apprenticeship office, will agree with me, this is very unusual. we have, it's called Excite Ed, and it's at William Tennant High School, which is in Warminster. And the Excite Education is the name of the website. It's incredible because what we've been able to do is offer, it's a curriculum of a biotechnology genetics lab curriculum, and I believe there's 45 students in there this year. And then there's a second course that students can take. It's called User Design, and it's a problem solving, critical thinking, experimental type of class. And they have 15. So it's open to 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. So it's a pre-apprenticeship. It's not registered yet. We're working on that. That's part of it. But it really is. It's the only one in the state. And we were able to, with this grant, buy incredible biomedical technology equipment that is in William Tennant High School. And from what I understand, it's the only one in the state that has this. So I'm really proud of that. I'm really very, very thankful for our two cheerleaders there. It's Mr. Stephen Beal and Mr. Ignacio Hayo. And they have done an amazing job taking this from the start to we're almost at the finish line. Also, the kids this summer, they had the program last year, and over the summer, there were 30 students. They were working as interns. And again, they're high school students, so you have transportation issues and different things, but they were able to get some of them as remote internships. Some went to the location. Some of them went to the community college for their internship. So all, I think it was $38,000 we paid out this summer to 30 kids. And all that money was built into the grant. So upon completion, they'll all be pre-apprentices when they graduate. And the next one I'd like to talk about is, this one's a little newer. This is our first year. And this is, we took all 3 CTE schools, Bucks County Technical High School in Fairless Hills, Middle Bucks Institute of Technology in Jamison, and Upper Bucks County Tech School in Percy. And we're putting 5 pre-apprenticeships together. In this fall, it's the electrical pre-apprenticeship. In the spring, we're going to look to do the plumbing. Next fall, we'll do carpentry and HVAC. And then the next spring, we'll do welding. So all in all, between the 3 schools, we named it the Bucks County Consortium, we'll have 300 pre-apprenticeships, pre-apprentices graduate. And as you know, with the trades, you know, as soon as these kids are graduating from high school, they have jobs waiting for them. But this is wonderful because it gives them a little extra, it gives them something else to put on their resume. It does give them the experience and the curriculum that they needed and the certifications. So we're working through that one. And the last one, which is another very interesting one, which I don't know that anyone else is doing in the area, we have a network technician pre-apprenticeship, and that is being taught by New Paths LLC. They're out of Harrisburg University, and they're teaching the students. They have 18 right now between Morrisville Borough High School and Conwell Egan High School in Fairless Hills. So they're doing a hybrid and online learning. I think right now they're at Morrisville. Originally they were at Conwell Egan. So they're switching off and on for the courses. And the kids are in the class 3 days a week. 2 days a week they're in there. They're just working on projects with a teacher from the high school. And what that will give them is, upon completion, it's 1 school year, they'll have 8 college credits and they'll have 5 certifications in IT, like A+ certification. I actually have to look what all their certifications are. They have CompTIA Fundamentals Plus, CompTIA A+, Windows Server Administration Fundamentals, Security Fundamentals, and CompTIA Network Plus. So when they graduate, they should be able to get a user support job and making at least $20 an hour. So we're really proud about everything that we've done with that. And that's a 2-year grant. And we have room for next year for another 22 students if they're interested. So I too don't think I took the 5 minutes. So if anyone has any questions,
thank you.
See what I can do.
That was awesome, Alice. I greatly appreciate how much you went into detail on these pre-apprenticeships, because pre-apprenticeship in high schools it's such untested water across the state. We're still developing them, and you really have set the tone in Bucks County for that. So I really hope that our Montgomery County partners in our high schools on this call heard you, and they can get excited for what they want to bring to their school. And we've roadmaps and templates, and we can help them develop that. That really is a great goal. So I appreciate it. And I have to apologize because I know we redid your slide graphic and it reverted back. So I'll fix it for later. I just realized that it didn't take. But thank you so much. I really want our audience to know that everything that's been described on this call, we want to see all of these grow. We want this to be in both counties and as many high schools as possible. The high school is where it starts. We have Daniel in Montgomery County, and we have Kendi and her team in Bucks County. Reach out to me, to your IUs, to your workforce boards, and let us know what you want to see in your high school. And between the grant money and finding the training partner and figuring out the logistics, we're excited for this. But we need your high school to want it, to be on board, and approach us and let us know what you want to put in place for your students, maybe partner with other area high schools. So we're going to finish out our presentation this morning with a few resources that you're going to be receiving. And these are guides that you can use with any students or young adults or any adults that you work with who are interested in finding what we call learn and earn programs, which are registered apprenticeship. So the first is actually this wonderful handout that everybody will receive, which is a career seeker guide to registered apprenticeship. It does explain what registered apprenticeship is. It even explains pre-apprenticeship. And at the bottom are a number of links that you can use or your students can use or anyone that you are coaching can use to find apprenticeship opportunities that they can apply to. I also want to draw your attention to two other resources that we are going to be sending out. One is there's going to be 2 apprenticeship hiring grids. So basically what we're saying is, we know when you use a resource like this and you have directories, you can find great opportunities, and you will. But sometimes you also need something that you can take a quick look at and know it's been recently updated with current local information. And that's what we've done here. So we have this union trades hiring grid updated in September. And you can see who is hiring, what for, the minimum requirements, how to apply. Really, hopefully something helpful. There is this great website on this resource guide, which is Discover the Building Trades, because there are so many of them. So if you ever wanted to help your students understand for building trades, you can show them videos directly from that site, and they will better understand each trade. And then you can come right over here to this union guide and know where they can apply and who is currently hiring. So this is the other hiring grid that you are going to receive. And this is brand new as well. I actually just created this. We have many active registered apprenticeships in our area. And as our discussion showed, our presenters went over a lot that are still in more traditional apprenticeship areas, like the skilled trades, like construction, manufacturing even. There's a reason for that. Those industries are big, they are growing. There is no reason why a student cannot launch a career into one of those areas and still obtain their college credits or their certifications. And that is what registered apprenticeship is about. Indeed, many of these unions, they use VR in their training. They have training that is college accredited. It is not what you think of anymore in terms of what it used to be. And our active apprenticeships today, it does run the gamut. We have opportunities, as you heard, from some of our pre-apprenticeship programs in biomedical, pharmacy, research. Montgomery County Community College is entering the IT field. We have many large area employers that also run registered apprenticeship. You'll notice we have GlaxoSmithKline and Aon on this list. We also have Philly Shipyard, and then we have many local companies that are smaller and some that have a small presence locally but are actually international companies. All registered apprenticeships actually do require a high school diploma or GED to enter the registered apprenticeship. Pre-apprenticeships often do not have that requirement. So it's a great way for a person to start getting industry access and experience while they're earning their GED or high school diploma. But once they do have that in hand and they are looking for work, these apprenticeships are nothing to not look at twice. And I want you to know that the ones at GlaxoSmithKline and Aon are so unique because they actually are meant for high school graduates or GED holders who have not yet been to college. A requirement is actually that you have not earned a 2-year degree yet, because what they do is when they hire for their positions, they are paying for a person to go to the local community college and get their associate's degree. They are paying for that degree. So you'll have students who actually are at work for their 40-hour work week and then add on classroom or online learning where they are getting college credits, they're getting industry certifications. That is registered apprenticeship. And registered apprenticeships are competitive because not everybody is ready to work full-time and go to school, but the school is paid for. And the school is offered to complement what they are learning on the job. And then when they complete their apprenticeship, which can be anywhere from 1 year to perhaps 6 years, depending on the training and the depth of training involved, then they are coming out and they have a national certification that they have the required training in that area, and they can take that certification with them and work anywhere. So we're very excited that you were able to join us today and that we have these great resources to send you and our wonderful presenters. Are there any questions that you would like to put in the chat today that we can answer for you?
Thanks, Adina. I do see 2 questions in the chat. One of them is for Kyle. The other one, I believe, is probably going to be for Jane. The first question we have here is, if I'm interested in one of the Careers of Tomorrow initiative programs, how can I apply and is it free?
Is that specifically the apprenticeship program that Kyle was talking about?
It might be that there's not much context behind that question.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the Careers of Tomorrow guide, that is a free publication that you are more than welcome to download or contact one of us and we can get you some hard copies. But I think you're probably talking more about the apprenticeship program Kyle was talking about. Kyle, if you want to talk to that.
Sure. No, and it was interesting, the Careers of Tomorrow event, we saw quite a few of our industry partners several weeks ago, and if there's individual applicants that wish to apply for the program, they're encouraged to go to the Montgomery County Community College website. They can search for Monco Works Apprenticeship Program, but there's a form there at mc3.edu/map inquiry, and that allows for a interested applicant to submit their basic information and demographics to be considered for the program. I mentioned in our presentation that we are right in the middle of the process of approval with the state, and we have a good level of interest, but we continue to welcome other individuals to submit inquiries at this time, and we are working to continue to move the program forward. And the
Thanks,
same
Kyle.
Sure, the same is true for partners as well. There's a MAP partners form there as well if companies wish to sign on as well.
One follow-up question for you, Kyle, that also came in as a question. Is there an IT apprenticeship at Montgomery County Community College for adults?
Great question, Andre. We are right in process with that as well. So our map design features for our industrial maintenance mechanic, we are simultaneously right behind that with building a IT generalist to cybersecurity apprenticeship program, and that will be our next one moving forward. That includes some of the Cisco networking and some of the other network technician types of coursework that would be part of it. And our director of workforce for IT is Larry Byron, and he's been putting that together. So again, if an individual would want to inquire on an IT program, they could submit the same form, but please note on there that you're looking for IT, or don't hesitate to reach out to either Larry or myself at the college, and we'd be happy to give you more information about that as well as that program comes to development.
Thank you again, Kyle. Just taking one quick look at the chat and question feature. I believe those were all the questions that we received at this time.
Thank you, Andre. Greatly appreciate your help. appreciate the questions, and all of the resources, including the PowerPoint and a recording of the webinar, will be sent out within the week. And we would just like to thank our presenters and our attendees for your interest today. Happy National Apprenticeship Week, and everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.